Good morning to you, Phoebe, and Eugene, who are joining us via Zoom. Phoebe, it may be a little easier on adults when we have to make adjustments like these, obviously, because we are making the decisions and we've gone through it rationally. We understand why we need to make these decisions. But within the family unit, there are also children who also have to be have to suffer some of these adjustments. And how do you bring them on board? How do you explain to your kids, for example, that I need to take you out of the school, or we need to stop taking this kind of meals? Because these are hard decisions that are being made in many homes as we speak. How do you bring the children on board? Sorry, Phoebe, I think your device is muted.
Sorry.
Great.
Good morning again, and
Good
thank you
morning.
for having me. That's a very, very important question. And well, first and foremost, we need to understand that children go through different phases. So younger children are able to adapt and able to adjust easier. So we are talking about between the ages of possibly 0 to 5. And it's the way you present the situation to them. If you have already been cultivating a family connection between all of you, and what I mean by that is you are constantly communicating with your child, you're constantly interacting with them, and you're involving them in everything that's happening in the family, it gets easier for you to communicate when changes are taking place. And it's also very important to start letting them understand from a very young age that these changes come when when there are, external influences on the family. So it's very important to be having these conversations with them. But when you look at younger children between the ages of 0 to 5, it is easier to communicate when changes are taking place. You can make it look like an adventure. You can make it look at something new that the family is trying. The mood and the attitude with which you present this is what will influence and impact them. And I believe it's the same for older children. But with older children, you have to be more practical, you have to be more open, and you also need to help them to understand that it's a financial situation and it's an opportunity for you to even teach them about, future financial planning, preparing for the future, and, saving, investments, and all these things. So it's a holistic attitude that you need to have towards the situation. If you, as the parent, you're already feeling very beaten down by the situation and you're very upset, that attitude, that aura is going to transfer to the children and they're going to respond very negatively.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that you need to keep talking to them about, encouraging them and helping them to understand that the idea that maybe the situation in life is changing does not mean that they have lost their value. They are not going to be able to see their friends anymore. And I believe that even parents, sometimes we inadvertently we cause our children to connect their material possessions to their identity and to their self-value. And this is also another opportunity for parents to separate the two and help them to understand that, look, you're still a wonderful person, you're still very valuable. The family is just going through a transition and we're going through it together. So that togetherness, that constant communication, support, keeping tabs on your kids, letting them know that you still be able to see your friends, you can play with them. We're just going through a transition. For younger kids, make it exciting, make it fun. For older children, take the time to take them through it, help them to understand it, and use it as a learning point for them.
Yeah.